The moment is now. Are you ready?
Let's play Armis. Okay, this setup needs a little bit of help. That looks pretty good. Let's make sure that the Marines can cover all of the pieces. That makes me the most comfortable. And it does. And this looks okay. Let's go with that. Alright, let's just take a look at my opponent. Even though I set up for the opponent since the board was switched, I just want to keep it in perspective with it as an opponent at this point. The jet here, helicopter, where is the helicopter? Here. Alright, that's deep in the backfield, that's fine. And the two Marines. Alrighty. Let's get hold on a second here. This Marine could cover up to here. Alright, let's do that. What I don't want to do is to put this Marine too far out here and take up a move as well as some space that I may have to get around. So I'll just use this Marine to cover my Coast Guard when I put it. Wow. Now it has double coverage. So I do have to bring my Marine up for additional coverage. Now if I put it here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I would have double coverage if I put the Coast Guard in over here. I was thinking maybe I might have to bring the mover over here so that I can launch the Coast Guard to this square, but it's not necessary. The computer is just taking it right on land. Now, if the computer uses this Marine to take this Marine, I'll use this Marine to take that Marine, and he will have no Marines, and I will have only one Marine. Okay, it gets a little bit easier, or I feel it gets a little bit easier when I have a Marine on board and my opponent doesn't. So let's see how it goes. I am probably going to try to get this submarine into the Eastern Sea so that I can use it as a bridge. The aircraft carrier is for me, is the better piece to use in the Greater Sea, because then I can get the jet and quite possibly the helicopter in the center of the board. But as you can see, my mover is way over here. And now that my opponent has no Marines, I probably will be able to get to this aircraft carrier, but I'm not going to really count on it. But what I can do is go toe-to-toe with my opponent. Now I don't really want to chase down this this army, but it is just really too tempting not to. And at this point, my Marine can go 1, 2, 3 over here, and at that point trap the Army. I don't want to use too many moves in order to affect the capture, but if it's possible to capture it without it taking my piece, then I'm going to do that. The president can go unlimited, the vice president can go 4 spaces, the Marine can go 3 spaces, multi-directional. So it is very plausible that I should be able to get this army. If it stays in the expanse, I should be able to get it without any casualties, especially if it doesn't bring any reinforcements of its own into the fray. That's not going to be enough. In fact, that might actually, well, let's see. The nuke is now armed because 3 of its military has been taken. I took the landlocked aircraft carrier because I wanted to trap the Army, and at the same time, the helicopter can only move 2 or 4 spaces. So if it wanted to take my Marine, it would have to land here, and since that is coastal waters, it's not an open space. Wow. I got an army without any recourse. That was pretty good. Now I can go back to what I was trying to do in the first place, which was to get my submarine into the Eastern Sea. So I'll probably go here and then go over here. Now I'm going to have to get my child and or diplomat to get this nuke, because that's about the only thing that's going to even up the game, the use of the nuke. And so if I can get the nuke, and right now all of his primary offensive pieces are all centered in the towards the eastern side of the board. So I'm just going to try to use the child to go through the expanse to get the nuke. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will more than likely move over here, trying to outrun the child, but the norm is that you can't outrun the child. 1, 2, 3, and let's see, 4. Alright, so now because the nuke is so close to the flag, it can't detonate, and obviously it can't outrun the child because it can only move 1 space, and the child can move 4 spaces, and it can also climb. So even if it goes here, it'll just climb right over the mover to take the nuke. get this over here. Now that I have my opponent's nuke under control, I could invest in setting up another strategy to try to make inroads into deep into my opponent's setup zone. Now, before I actually enter, I will take the nuke. Okay, now with that, my guess is my opponent really should bring the executive, the president, vice president, back into the setup zone to back up this reserve, but it doesn't look like it's going to do it. And let's see, even if it used 1, 2, 3, 4, even if it used the vice president for friendly fire to go here, well, it can push, it could use the mover to push the child over here, which would be in the way of the straight line direction that it needs to travel to get to the reserve, but it didn't do that. It could also, well, there were so many different things that the computer could have done to use the diplomat as a buffer, you know, to slow it down a little bit, and then at the same time do friendly fire onto the mover, so that by the time it did get to the reserve, as I am right now, then the VP would be able to attack. Anyhow, thanks for watching and have a good day.
It will capture your heart and your mind. Let the whole world see us through your eyes. Land, air, and sea victory.